13,
And here comes the countdown.
11,
9,
10,
8, 7,
6, 5,
4,
3,
2, 1.
lift off. Dada, today is blast off. We have lift off. Yeah, they did it. Go, 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 go to the moon. I want to see the moon. I want to see the moon. Go to the moon. I want to see the moon. I want to see the moon. I want to see the moon.
Are you doing that live on your channel?
Go to the moon. Go, go, go. I need 1,000 subscribers to go live. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go.
And one D
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Keep going to the moon. Go to the moon.
Aerodynamic stressful
Go
part of
to
this
the
flight,
moon. Go
so
to
they
the
take the
moon.
power
Go,
down just
go,
slightly.
go. Go to the moon. Go to the moon. Go to the moon.
There it is, the descent for mass.
Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go,
So the vehicle is supersonic and one
go,
D
go, go,
There's
go.
Max Q.
How are they
Max
filming
Q
that?
the most mechanical stress
Go,
on the rocket.
go,
As I look
go,
up,
go.
we can still see the
Go,
orange glow, and I tell you what, it took 5 seconds for the vibration and sound from that.
Ooh, look, they're inside the
rocket
cockpit.
was here. You can still see it just screaming almost straight up, even though they're pointing a little bit downrange
What?
now. Starting back in mid-kill.
Slow it down.
Approaching rapidly 3,000 kilometers
But
per
the
hour. That
drawings
is
just have back.
1,864 miles per hour.
What time is that? Go,
Chris,
go,
when you see
go,
that plume
Chris,
coming
I
out of the
can
back
still see
expanding, that's
go,
because
go, go.
there's not as
Oh,
much
no.
atmospheric pressure on it, so that's why it expands out like that.
Mayday, mayday, we're going down. Mayday,
The
mayday.
engine's gonna fire for about
We're going down. No,
20
go to
seconds,
the
22
moon.
seconds.
Go.
Christian, that is really a step that we
Go,
want to
go
pay
to the
attention to.
moon.
That separation of the first stage.
No.
That's the penalty for back.
It's broken.
What?
The ship is
And we're going to get very
broken.
busy
No, it's
here
not.
in about 5 seconds. You're going to see
Come on, get
Nico, the
some
main
light.
engine cut off, and then you're going to see the separation. And stand by for that. Nico.
Stop and stage separation confirmed.
Whoa.
So the main shut down, and you see separation there too. That
And
is
back
the first
ignition.
stage.
The aliens went up.
Look at that.
See also
Down
Dude,
single
space.
seconds, 5.
leaving the stage 2. They're now approaching 7,000 kilometers per hour, which is 4,049 miles per hour.
Now the thing to watch now, Chris, is that first stage. It's going to be
nominal.
That means that's good news. That's the rocket that's still on the Dragon, is doing its job, moving these guys into an orbit that'll put about 200 kilometers below the space station. And you can actually see that second photo. It's great to see
Look at that.
inside. There's the triple screen of the two astronauts.
That's insane.
The Dragon and the Falcon are basically, and actually it's the second stage now, are on autonomous power. But Chris, we really want to pay attention to that first stage. As Davenport says, it's a secondary mission, but it sure is cool to watch it land on that ship out in the Atlantic.
Now, quickly approaching 8,000 kilometers per hour, which is nearly 5,000 miles per hour. They are really moving. Bob and Doug appearing very, very cool, calm, and collected in the Dragon capsule. Amazing to get that
Hopefully
live
they
shot
don't
of what they're
end up
experiencing.
like Apollo 13.
It's pretty cool,
I
isn't
want
it?
to bring in Mike Massimino. Mike, take us through what Bob and Doug are going through.
Stage 2 propulsion is still nominal.
Yeah, they are so well trained for this, Chris. They've had countless simulations, played everything, every emergency possible. They're just looking and looking and hoping and praying that everything's going well. It looks like it is. I know that first stage we're going to be excited to see that, but the world that Bob and Doug are living in is just making sure that engine is continuing to burn, that they're still on the right trajectory. All the systems are looking good, and it looks like they are. As we see them just watching, it's probably a good sign. That means all the automatic sequences are working well. We don't hear too much chatter coming from the control center, from MCC. That's a good thing too.
Almost to 10,000.
And now when you hear that word nominal,
Go ahead, Mike, I'm sorry.
when you hear that word nominal coming, no, it's fine. When you hear that word nominal, that's always good. That's the NASA jargon for everything is A-OK. We're looking good, just like we expect. So we want to keep hearing that for a few more minutes and get those engines cut and get them in space safely.
And there's that 10,000 kilometers per hour threshold, which is just over 6,200 miles per hour. And the picture on the right, I have to keep reminding myself that that's a live shot. It looks like the greatest science fiction movie ever produced. It's just so fantastic that the launch was a go today and has been a success so far. Really, really amazing stuff. David Curry,
This is
what's the
insane.
feeling like on the ground? Are you seeing the first stage rocket at all coming back?
Christopher.
What?
Not yet. You can see it. It's got about another 3 minutes until it'll do its entry burn, and there are 9 Merlin rocket engines on it.
Yeah.
They say everything is normal
Oh,
with
4
their
more
trajectory,
minutes.
meaning they're heading onto the right path to try and get on the effort to catch up to the space station. So you're seeing in the first stage, you can see those grid fins that you mentioned, Chris Jacobs, that will help guide it. But at 8:45, so plus 8:45, coming up in about 2 minutes, you'll see 3 of those 9 engines fire to slow it down. The first stage doesn't have any of that protection when it comes back into the atmosphere. So the way they overcome that is by firing the engines and slowing it down enough that when it re-enters the atmosphere, it won't burn up. And it'll be a 34-second burn of that entry stage of those 3 engines to bring us in. And seeing some of these pictures of Doug
No.
the capsule
I want
is
it,
just
Mom.
remarkable. We haven't
Not
seen a
right
lot
now.
of American
Super
astronauts
Bowl
live.
is still good.
And just to clarify, that picture on the left is the Stage 2 rocket propelling the Crew Dragon capsule. The picture on the right is actually the Stage 1 Falcon 9 rocket returning to Earth. So those are actually moving in opposite directions as we pass the 15,000 kilometers per hour mark, which is approaching 9,400 miles per hour.
You know, Chris, SpaceX would love to get this booster back. And as we mentioned earlier, they learn a lot when they
Rookie.
get these rockets back and take a look at them. But it is secondary. That's the picture on your left. The second stage, as Massimino said, that's what you want to burn. You want that burn to go exactly as it should on the right trajectory. This was an instantaneous launch. They had to go at the right time. There's your start of your entry burn on the right. You're seeing it. It's a little bit early, but they're coming.
Falcon 9 rocket is
So
coming
this is
in
the
hot,
burn that's...
literally.
Yeah, this slows it down. This will go on for about 35 seconds, as I mentioned, just to slow it down. And if you watch those grid fins, you can start to see them kind of move. And that's what keeps this, as we heard earlier in one of the pieces, you know, landing a pencil, that's what keeps it north and south or up and down as it's coming down back into land. And it
just
is
as you
landing
said
on a
that,
drone
David, we
ship
saw
in the
those
Atlantic.
start to move.
This is so insane.
Nearly
So
22,000
that burn is over.
kilometers per
The
hour.
next thing we're going to see,
Terminal guidance.
we will see that at 9:27
And back to Alpha.
plus. Everything's good, they say. Those are the reports from Mission Control. So coming up in about a minute, we'll see the final burn. And as Davenport has told us before, you don't always get to see the landing because you know, you got a camera that's getting shaken, and you know this is a rocket actually that's coming back. Or you lost the picture. That's kind of what happens.
And there's the 25,000 kilometers per hour, which is 15,534 miles per hour. So again, continuing to accelerate as they make their way to
And
orbit.
back to normal step. And back shut down.
There's the second stage engine cut off right there. And that will be
That's
jettisoned
good news,
soon.
Chris. That means that they've got their.
SpaceX nominal orbital insertion.
There they go.
Launch escape system is disarmed.
That's great news. And that's even better news. So they're in the orbit they're supposed to be in. They have just de-armed the escape system. They are where they're supposed to be at the right time. And in a couple of minutes, we will see separation of the Dragon and loss of that second stage. That's really good news. And Chris, you asked a little bit about the atmosphere down here. There were some people here, even though they didn't open the gates, who were applauding as that Falcon 9 took off and really rattled our chests.
And it looks like Falcon 9 has returned successfully to that drone ship.
Oh,
Ship.
wow.
Just amazing technology that quickly, under 10 minutes, that Falcon 9 rocket has propelled Doug and Bob into orbit and has returned safely to its drone ship. I mean, hats off to SpaceX for developing that technology. Truly incredible. Now, Mike Massimino, if you'd like to
Sorry, I
weigh in
wasn't paying attention.
if you'd like to weigh in at this stage, Mike Massimino, Bob and Doug now, you can see they're experiencing weightlessness. They're breaking out their mementos that they've brought from home. What are they experiencing right now?
Utter joy is what it is, and I'm very happy for them. This is great coverage. Those cameras we had, that's another advancement. We didn't have those cameras in the shuttle program. We had we used to call it a lipstick camera. One camera we mount on the back of one of the flight engineers, and that's all you had. Now we've got them all over the vehicle, inside the cabin, outside, on the rocket. It's just a wonderful experience we all can share in. But they are feeling utter joy. They are euphoric. They are sublime. They are really happy that they got through that launch system, through that launch sequence. They're really happy to be in orbit and to bring the United States back. Both of these guys are military officers. Bob from the Air Force, Doug a Marine. They are so happy to have done this from American soil again. It's a great day, not just for the United States, but for the whole world, to have the capability to launch from the U.S. again with people inside. And they are just so proud and so grateful that so many people made this possible for them to be a part of. And so they're happy that they're there, and they're proud of being on the team, and they are very grateful for what we've done today. And all of us can be proud of what we accomplished.
Mike, just 11 and a half minutes into their 19-hour journey, so a lot longer to go before they reach the ISS. What do they do now for the next 18 hours and 50 minutes?
Yeah, they get ready. They have to transfer to an orbital stage. We used to call it post-insertion. I'm sure they still call it the same thing. There's usually no rest for the weary. There's plenty of things to do. They're going to have to set up their cockpit so they can get ready to do their rendezvous. They're probably going to get some rest coming up here, I would think, before they do rendezvous at the final rendezvous and docking. They'll probably maybe get something to see how they're feeling. That's the other thing. It's been a while since either of these guys have been in space. Doug, it's been almost 9 years, and Bob maybe just a little bit longer than that. I was a Capcom for his last flight. So they've got to get their space legs
that's gonna be
back.
it for
And
today.
sometimes you don't feel
But
as you'd like when you're first on strap. Your vestibular system is not working any longer. But I think these guys will probably be just
Hi, Boo Boo.
fine. So hopefully they're feeling well. They'll get what they can done.
Okay, see you guys later.
Continue with
Goodbye.
the